Swedish political parties' view on immigration and asylum-seeking policies. During my time living in Sweden, many people have given me polarizing opinions of what these political parties stand for regarding this topic. Join me, Rose Vital, with Fatally Honest to uncover the truth. So today we are going to be interviewing several parties regarding the immigration and asylum-seeking policy in Sweden. So this is which party?
Vänsterpartiet. So the left party.
Okay, so the left party, what does the left party stand for?
In the immigration issue, we think that the border has been closed, and we don't think that's a good thing, because we think that it's a human right to have the ability to what's the I don't know the English word, asylum?
Yeah, asylum seeking.
Yeah, asylum seeking. Yeah, that's a human right that we're denying the people that are coming to Europe now, and it's really important that we, like in these times, it's going to be like history, so it's really important that we show humanity to these people, and that we actually take care of them, because it could be us any day.
So I'm going to talk to the Swedish Democrats behind me here. Let's wait for one of them to actually be available.
The problem is that the protest now is that we're gonna have an immigration for 100,000 persons per year. That's on 3 years a new Malmö. We will not be able to integrate these people to the society, and that's the main issue. Because of that, we need to stop the immigration in Sweden for now, to have a chance to integrate the people that are actually in Sweden now.
Yeah, moderates, what do they stand for?
Politically, we need immigration or migration, it depends what you call the names, but we need it because the people here in Sweden, actually, if we didn't have the immigration, then we should get down on the population? The population is going down. With no immigration, then the population should go down.
Disclaimer, the Social Democrats Party were more comfortable that I do an audio interview with them. Politically, this party stands for, Social Democrats stand for
socialism and democracy. Yeah, if you have a reason to remain in Sweden and you get permission to remain, you should remain. It's no problem. We don't have problems with people that are coming from countries where there is war, or they have political differences and they are persecuted for that, or maybe sexual preferences, or I don't know. Or a minority. If you have a problem in your country and you want to live in peace, it's your human right to search for peace and fulfill yourself and fulfill your destiny on this planet. So if you have the right reasons to remain in Sweden, of course you should be remaining.
Okay. No problem. Pardon the audio in this section with the Communist Party. I forgot to attach my windshield on my microphone, so I've included subtitles to help you understand what they are saying.
You identify yourself as a communist.
We are very pro people. We want a generous policy towards people fleeing from oppression and fleeing from fascist oppression or war, which we are, Sweden is part of the European Union, which is enforcing many of these imperialist fractioning of countries and supporting the war in Syria. So of course, if the government is promoting war in other countries, we should also accept refugees from these countries, because that's the cost of the war.
Okay, so another question is that in 2015 there has been a lot of asylum-seeking applications. So Sweden actually talking about 160,000 people, right? Yeah. So my question is that, do you think that the current asylum-seeking policy should be either changed to make it more restrictive or more welcoming?
Yeah, I think it should be more welcoming than it is now, and especially for the ones that have family that reunite with their families. That should be easier. So I mean, as I said before, like they've closed the border now, and we don't think that it should be fully open. We think that we should have a restricted immigration, maybe.
So you mean like to have a controlled immigration process?
Yeah, but as we do have now, we're actually denying people to seek for asylum, and that's just inhumane.
Yeah.
The problem is now that many of the refugees coming to Europe are economic refugees. Because of that, when we open our borders again, the focus have to be on the quote refugees from the United Nations. That's the way where we find the people that actually need our help.
Before, like for 2 years ago or 3 years ago, then it came a lot of people here, and we actually didn't really know what to do. Very many people came, but we couldn't really handle it, I think. So the thing is, today, of course, people that needs help should get the help, and we have been speaking about quotation, or is it the right word? Quotation.
Yes, how many people that
exactly.
coming,
And maybe the European Union stipulate that 100,000 people could come to Europe and 5,000 could come to Sweden. For example, I don't know the figures, but for example, and that could be one of the solutions that you could have. So what we are speaking about here at the Moderaterna Party, it means that the people that comes here should get a better welcoming, to get a member or a citizen of Sweden easier and faster than before.
So the waiting time is like about 1 to 2 years before they're actually being accepted that they are eligible to come into Sweden.
More or less, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it have been even longer. Now you should have an easier path, or it should get much easier to get the solution. Yes, you could be here, or no, sorry, you can't be here. We think about two things here. Some people immigrate to us because we need them, like for work. That's one thing. The other thing is people that move, as you say, because they're refugees because of a religion, because of the race, or because of anything else, I don't know. And maybe we could have two different queues about this. One that handles migration because you are going to start to work here, and one because you need the help to survive, so to speak.
I'm not so informated about how restrictive or how welcoming it is. I know that we have different reasons for asylum that you should apply, and I think we are following the UN regulations that they have put up. So I don't think we are in 2015 and 16 when we had so much immigrants. That's the period we didn't follow what we agreed on, and now we went back to what we agree on in the UN. It's like if you take Syria, for example, as it was, if you're coming from, for example, a city in Syria that is in war, you have the right to remain in Sweden. But if you come from a city where there is no war, then you shouldn't stay. You have to have the right reason to remain. Yeah, of course, I think we are already considering that.
But we are against the workers' migration, which is within European Union, which is very destructive on social conditions in Sweden, because we have many European workers coming here without collective bargaining.
So in terms of integration, right, do you think that Sweden has done a good job integrating asylum seekers or immigrants into the society? So for example, like housing or education, do you think that Sweden has done a good job?
No, I don't.
Sweden had done nothing to integrate these people at all.
I think there's a lot more things that should be done. I mean, the situation has been, it definitely has been not normal. I mean, it's been chaotic.
It's kind of a huge influx of
aliens. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, we think that there are a lot of things that could have been done better. I mean, for example, we think that building houses, to fight the segregation in bigger cities, should be like building apartments that are not that expensive. That should be a good good thing to do, like to fight the segregation. And also to have more places where you can learn Swedish. That's also really, really important. Education is the
vital.
key. Yeah.
That's the problem. You place them in areas where the segregation is total, and that's not fair for the people that actually want to be a part of the Swedish society. What we need to do now is to is to make them want to be a Swedish person. That's like the main issue. And we need to fix, of course, jobs and a place to live. But the problem is with the Swedish integration politics. It's like they haven't focused on that at all. They placed the people in the wrong areas where you don't be a part of the Swedish society, and that's a problem.
Okay. So in terms of immigration, right? There's also integration. So do you think Sweden has done a good job integrating immigrants?
No, I'm sorry. No, sorry to say that, but no. You need to be a citizen of Sweden with some kind of culture. I know that we have a very big discussion about what is Swedish culture and so on. Yeah, the integration is not assimilation. You should be proud of your roots, but still you should be a Swede in the end.
Yeah. So in terms of integration, you think that there's still a lot of improvement that
Yes.
Really honest, I don't think any government so far has succeeded with integration. I don't think so, no. We have a law in Sweden that allows the refugees, when they have they're tried for asylum and they get permission to remain in Sweden, that allows them to move wherever they want in Sweden. And yeah, it's a human right, of course, but that doesn't help the integration, because, for example, say I'm from Somalia or from Syria, and I hear that here, if you take Gothenburg, for example, in Bergsjön, they live about 20 families from my own countries. Of course I want to move to Bergsjön because we speak the same language. Maybe I can feel a little bit safety, a little bit comfort, and missing my home, and we have a lot in common. Yeah, the problem is that you are not going to be integrated into Swedish society because, unfortunately, only immigrants live in so we need to take away that law and make another law that says that maybe, for example, this is just an example what I'm thinking. First, of course, we have to win the election, but if we win the election, maybe to talk to this Migrationsverket, and tell them like the new law should be like maybe. You come, welcome, you have the reasons to stay, you're welcome to our country, but sorry, you cannot move anywhere you want. We have this community here where we have place for children to go to kindergarten, we have place for your older children to go to school, and we have a program for you so you learn Swedish, because also here we have also where a residence, an apartment, but also work. And after, say, maybe, I don't know, 2-3 years, when you're integrated in that community and the Swedish society, because the key to any integration in society is the language.
Well, yeah, since they have not been here for such a long time, of course they are not fully integrated, but I think the problem is that we have, like in the big cities, a major lack of building of house. We have really a housing problem in the suburbs, and this is, of course, deepened when we have a lot of refugees coming here. We also, for a very long time, we had rich municipalities refuse to take care of refugees, so we had all of the major cities and poor communities taking all of this burden and not sharing it equally within the country. So this is one of the major problems.
As for the jobs and employment side about integration and immigration, right? Currently, the foreign companies here in Sweden, they are what they can do is that they can pay lower wages to people who are not of Swedish descent or EU, right? So these foreign companies actually taking more immigrants rather than the Swedish people because of the wages. So do you think that is a problem?
The problem is that the government have made this made-up jobs that actually doesn't do anything. They paid it from the taxpayers' money to have a job. That's not the right thing to do. I think it's a good idea to maybe lowering the wages jobs, because then at least they have a job. For the society, of course, it's better because you don't have to go on the taxpayers' money and stuff like that. It's really important that you have your own job. That's like the main.
I guess it could be. We don't think that that's a way to go. We think that it should be equal pay regardless on who you are. So we, in this case as well, we think that education is the key. I mean, there are a lot of jobs in the welfare system that needs more staff. So we think that it's a really good thing to educate these people to become nurses. I don't know the English word for it. Do you know undersköterskor?
I'm not sure.
It's not like not nurse, but you know,
like a home taker, like caretaker.
Maybe. We need a lot more of that category. So I mean, we should. Yeah, education is the key again, I think.
The thing is here like in Gothenburg, we nearly don't have any apartments. We don't have a house, so that's one problem. But in other parts of Sweden, it's easier, and that have been a problem that people said, no, I don't want to be in this, as we call it, commune or area, because it's far from my friends or it's far from work or anything. But maybe it could be a start to be in another part of. But still, here in Gothenburg, the Moderaterna Party would like to have more apartments built. I think I have had a figure of about 5,000. I'm not sure, but I think it's about 5,000 each year until a couple of years further on.
And these companies are foreign companies. They are not Swedish companies. Yeah, we do have a problem with that because it makes an unhealthy. Yeah, because, for example, if I want to build housing, for example, I want to build housing. Yeah, I'm a private entrepreneur and I want to build housing. I have a Swedish company that pays good wages and they have collective bargains. And I have the foreign company, say from Poland, for example, or from any Eastern Europe country, because we have this with the EU that you can move and work wherever you want. Yeah, and the Polish company pay Polish wages. And yeah, okay.
So like
so
different countries.
Done, but they pay for Polish, foreign wages, and that's not. Okay, because it makes the balance unhealthy between the two different companies.
So we're not against them coming here, but our demand is every worker in Sweden should have Swedish rights, paid Swedish wages. So they can't divide the working class between poor workers from Eastern Europe and Swedish workers. Because this is the foundation of the foundation of right-wing extremism. For example, in with workers' migration, because we want the trade unions to be able to stop workers' migration in those areas where we have lack of, where we don't have lack, where we have unemployed Swedish workers. We still have workers' migration from other countries because they have lower wages. So we want to control this and regulate this. So we have no competition between workers from different countries, and so that companies cannot compete with lower wages.
After interviewing official party representatives from the Left Party, the Swedish Democrats, the Social Democrats, the Moderates, and the Communist Party, I found that they all had more in common than I originally thought. Most of the parties seem to want to improve the process in which refugees would be approved or denied residency in Sweden. They all agree that the government has failed in integrating the existing refugees. The biggest difference in opinion is between the Left Party and the Swedish Democrats. The Left Party seems to want to make it easier for refugees to migrate into Sweden while having a controlled border, in contrast to the Swedish Democrats who want to only accept UN-mandated refugees. Furthermore, they want to temporarily suspend accepting refugees until the existing refugees have been fully integrated into the Swedish society. This is to improve the current situation that they are in. It's a matter of how the different parties are looking to solve the issues at hand. Of course, this is only a tiny part of what Sweden has to improve upon and solve, but we can now see that there is some reasoning behind the policies that they want to make. Now that you've heard my opinion, I'd like to know your opinion. So if you have any opinions regarding this political election coming on in Sweden, do comment down below in the comment section. And if you are a Swedish person, do comment as well, because I would like to know your opinion. And if you like this video, do ding the bell to get notifications, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. It's Rose Vital. Ciao!